Hello everybody, it's July 2nd and today is World UFO Day. So my name is Mimi and this is Missy. Um, we're going to talk a little bit about why it's World UFO Day today. So World UFO Day is celebrated on two dates, on July 24th and July 2nd. And the reason why is each one of them celebrating a different UFO incident that happened. So July 24th is honoring the Kenneth Arnold sighting. Kenneth Arnold was a private pilot, and on June 24th of 1947, he claimed that he saw a string of 9 shiny discs flying past Mount Rainier at the speed of what he estimated to be 1,200 miles an hour. He was flying from Chehalis, Washington to Yakima, Washington, in a Collier A2 on a business trip when he reported this. This was the first post-World War II sighting in the United States that garnered nationwide news coverage. And it's credited with being the first UFO sighting in the modern era. So his description of the objects were that it was like 9 shiny lights that were kind of crescent-shaped. And when they were like sideways, he said you could barely see them. They almost became invisible. But when they were flying, like in front of them, they were like kind of like fishtailing like this, and there was like one in the lead, and the other lights, the other UFOs were going like this behind it. Picture like a kite string, you know, when you're flying a kite, like flapping in the wind. So when he landed, he quickly reported his sighting to some friends and his general manager Al Baxton and some airport staff. And later in notes that people found, he had written down that he didn't believe that Baxter even believed him. But anyway, the news spread really super fast, and pretty soon everybody knew about it, and then the media got a hold of it, and the next day his life just turned upside down. Like, some people thought he was a very credible witness, other people were calling him a crackpot. You know, it just sucks when you actually see a really cool, you experience something really awesome that you can't explain, and just because it can't be explained, there's a stigma attached to it. And so think of how many people are just like scared to even report this kind of stuff because of the stigma attached to it. So anyway, there was actually a lot of sightings. He wasn't the only one that saw this. One lady even got a picture of the lights. For some reason, other people were taken seriously and he wasn't. I'm not sure why that was, but like right away from the first UFO case, it seemed like it was being covered up. What a shame. So anyway, on July 2nd, if you want to celebrate on July 2nd, that is honoring the Roswell crash. So most of you guys have heard of, you know, the Roswell UFO incident. On July 2nd in 1947, a rancher named W.W. Mac Brazel found wreckage on his property in Lincoln County, New Mexico. It's about 75 miles north of Roswell. He brought some of his mysterious aluminum-like material to Sheriff George Wilcox of Roswell, who then brought it to the attention of Colonel William Blanchard, the commanding officer in the Roswell Army airfield. Witnesses there said that they saw not only a flying saucer being removed, but also the bodies of aliens being removed from the site. So on July 8th in 1947, the Roswell Army Airfield issued a press release stating that they had recovered a flying disc from a ranch near Roswell. In the initial report, they said, this is what they said: "The many rumors regarding the flying disc became a reality yesterday when the intelligence office of 509th Bomb Group of the 8th Air Force, Roswell Army Airfield, was fortunate enough to gain possession of the disc through the cooperation of one of the local ranchers in the Sheriff's Office of Chaves County. Major Jesse Marcel, an intelligence officer, oversaw the RAAF's investigation of the crash site and recovered materials." It was in all the newspapers and everything. But, you know, the truth can never just be told how it is. So a couple days later, the Army quickly retracted the statement and said it wasn't a flying saucer. It was actually just a conventional weather balloon. Because, you know, all these people could not recognize a weather balloon. They all would go straight to UFO. It's just so silly. Jesse Marcel Jr., the son of the first Air Force intelligence officer to investigate the Roswell crash, said his dad brought home like the material from the crash site and woke him up at night and said, "Come on, I want you to look at this and touch this." He's like, "This is not from this world, and you'll probably never get a chance to see anything like this again." So the government and military, of course, kept changing the story on what this was. In 1994, the United States Air Force published a report identifying the crashed object as a nuclear test surveillance balloon from Project Mogul. A second Air Force report published in 1997 concluded that stories of alien bodies at the site probably stem from the test dummies being dropped from high altitude. What do you guys think? So anyway, in the early 1990s, Walter Haut, who had been a public information officer in the Roswell Army Airfield in 1947, thought that we needed a home for more information on the Roswell incident and other UFO phenomena. He and Glenn Davis, another Roswell incident participant, found a place to put up a UFO museum. The International UFO Museum and Research Center is incorporated as a 501c nonprofit educational organization. It opened in 1992. The museum provides information to the general public on all aspects of UFO phenomena. It exhibits stuff from the Roswell incident, from Area 51, crop circle information, UFO sighting information, ancient astronauts and abduction info. So it's just very, very interesting. We'll link to all this on our webpage. We'll link to the UFO and all the information we talked about today. We'll have links to articles with even more detail. So stop by our page and learn more about this. These are just two of the more well-known UFO sites, but there's so many interesting ones. I could go on all day about it. So anyway, happy World UFO Day, and I hope you guys all have a great day. If you have ever seen a UFO or have an abduction experience you want to share, or anything related to the subject, feel free to post it below in the comments. I've had my own sightings. I'll put a couple clips of the videos and UFOs that I've taken pictures of. So anyway, you guys all have a wonderful day. Signing off now. Bye.